Well, hey all, it is Teaska Day. I hope all are well, hope all are safe. And I would like to make this quick before the sound effects come in. But pretty much this is how you would zoom in on if you're mentally ill or not. And this isn't to be funny, it's not to be like, oh, okay, just, you know, make fun of anyone's mental illness. Because at the end of the day, I guess we're all a little sick, at least a little sick, you know. Nobody's exactly all right in the mind, especially growing up in the world, to say the least. Yeah, but one of the main reasons, or the main ways to know, I feel like the sound effects are about to kick in. But yeah, one of the main reasons or main ways to spot right now how you would know if you're mentally ill or not, or sick in the head. And then, like I said, there's no polite way of saying this, but pretty much if you're grieving right now, if your eyes are watery or were watery behind learning of a death of someone who you don't know, and perhaps you did grow up with her, but that would be kind of stalking too. And I would have to say it and kind of explain the whole stalker part. I'll even say it as an aspect of a celebrity. Okay, so I'm a celebrity, or you're a celebrity, and I'm your biggest fan, and I have all your posters, you're out, you know what I mean? And that's virtually a psychopath. I don't know you, but yet I will be fainting when I see you and then cry when you end up on the news, you know. And that's the same thing with Queen Elizabeth. You know, a lot of people have been brainwashed into praising and worshiping her, and while you're busy praising and worshiping her, you don't know why. I don't know why I love her so much, or I don't know why I, you know, drop to my knees when she come around. But it's like that's all a mental programming, and which virtually makes you mentally ill, because as you know, as I mentioned now, and everyone is really crying, but you can't really tell me why. Why are you crying over this lady? You know, and my thing is what makes it sick, because I'm not saying that you can't grieve, but unless Queen Elizabeth was your mom, your sister, or your, you know what I mean, or your butler, you know, if it's something where you don't really know her personally, where whether she's good or bad, then it's like and you have the nerve to cry, and you don't know nothing about this lady. This lady could have been a robot this whole time, and you're crying over, yeah, that's mental illness. Mental illness, and that's just to say the least. Like, I can break it down to where it doesn't hurt your feelings, but it's just good to know the truth. Another way too, you remember how I mentioned with the whole praising of things or worshiping things that's probably not there, or worshiping things because someone told you to. And a lot of these demons, they come in certain form. They come in certain form for you to praise and worship them. And a lot of people will get programmed in the mind. Okay, when you see this, oh, that's good, and you see that, that's bad. So you can turn your mind on to when you see one of these demons in idol suits. Or we'll just use the aspect, okay, if you think white is right. And what I mean by that, when you see someone that's pink, you'll automatically, okay, you'll think of them as positive, or they're going to automatically get the positive end of it. Oh, because they're white, you know. But then when you see a fellow nappyhead, or someone who's darker than normal, then that'll click in your head to, okay, that's negative. Oh, so give them the short end of the stick, you know what I mean? So praise the demons. Like when I mentioned demons too, also the demons come into idol form. So most of the time with the people you're praising, they're basically demons. Whether they are pink or they appear to be pink, that's the whole moral of the story. You praise this and you look down on that. So that's the whole, when I say the white is right, that's the aspect. You look up at anything's pink, like I said for the queen, yeah. Now then you get something that's, and I'm not saying you can't get the same reaction out of people, but the moral of the story is, white is right and black is wrong, or negative. Yeah, so it pretty much, if your mind is wired like that, where you see pink and your eyes automatically light up, no matter what type of person they are or what type of entity it is, and you turn your nose down on anything, anything with coils, yeah, that's mental illness. And a lot of people in America have that too, or even in the world. I don't want to necessarily blame it all on America, because it's all over the world, you know. Because you'll think like, oh, I know I say a lot, oh, I grew up in America, but it's like, yeah, I grew up in America, but a lot of that, the hate and the mental illness has been spread, you know, it's abroad, you know. People, they take their problems overseas, you know, so it's all the same issue, just in different sections. Yeah, that would be a mental illness. And yeah, so pretty much when you think in your mind, okay, you got that white is right aspect, and you go out your way to make sure that nothing looks like you, your mom, or you know what I mean? If you go out your way to make sure you're the only nappy head in your family tree, or if you're telling your mind that you are quote unquote white or pink, because you got a lot of these out here in LA. You get a lot of these I don't even know what to call them there. So you have different genres of people. So you have Asians, you have Hispanic, I want to say like, well, I guess the Jews, the quote unquote Jews, the quote unquote Jewish people, they're out here. Perhaps some like Armenian groups. So pretty much you have a little bit of everyone out here. But if they have pink skin or lighter skin, they consider themselves white. So whether this is where the mental illness kicks in, it was like, or whether you believe you're white or you think that you are, in your mind you're feeling that you're white, because you're going to see to it if you have to white yourself out, or if you have to get some bleach, or you're going to see to it, or at least you're going to portray yourself as that. That's mental illness. Either way you slice it. If you're calling yourself pink knowing that you're not, or calling yourself pink because you're going to buy yourself into the pink section, that is mental illness. And this is why I would have an issue with anyone with these type of illnesses, because you stay over there, because these people will kill you behind what they believe in their mind. Because like I say, a lot of these, so there's a Spanish saying, I forgot how it went, but it basically means, translated, it means improve the race. And it's not just them that are doing it. You get some fellow nappyheads, they improve the race as well. Like I say, you would think it's just, oh, that's just the people who appear to be white, which are the imposters. The one, if they look white, they're not quite. You have seen one, oh, you look white, but you're a little dark, or you look white, but you got those brown eyes. Those are the imposters. And this is how you know the mental illness comes, because like I say, the people who they try to look like or want to portray or praise, those numbers are slim to none. So your real pink devils, the real ones, like the real, I don't even want to blame it on Europe either, because Europe isn't necessarily as pink as it is. It became pink over the time, but it wasn't necessarily. So I'm thinking like your real, like your Queen Elizabeth, she's probably a real pink person. Those like that, they come slim to none. So that's why they have to hold on for dear life. Like it's not very many of those type of pink people. You know what I mean? The real ones, to where you can see the demon in their skin. It's like those. I'm talking about the real ones. And I'm not calling all pink people demons, but the real ones are the real pink people. And like I said, you have a lot of imposters around you. They appear to be. You get some nappy-headeds too. You get some people who are, they're not as pink as they look. They're actually Negroes, and like your Meghan Markle, for instance. she even had to step back and like, hey, Negroes. I know what you Negroes are going through. After she get called so many niggers, she's like, oh damn. But in her mind, she didn't consider herself a Negro. She was white, or kind of white, maybe. I don't know what she called herself in her mind, but she had to step back and say, hey, I understand what you niggers are going through, because, like I said, her and her children, or her and her son, got called so many niggers, so she learned from the real pink devils. Okay, I'm back. Kind of walk away from spirits, but anyway, yeah. So if you have to make your way into a puzzle piece that doesn't fit, that is a clear sign of mental illness. More sound effects over here. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, so that's pretty much, and like I say, if you try to make yourself change overnight, or change through your children, you want to live vicariously through your children, or you want to, it can go anyway. I'm just trying to say it all in one breath, on the things that I see right now, and things that actually, I see where this is going, and it's all, like, most of it boils down to mental illness, and you'll think, like I say, and these people they will go as far as killing you too. Because I don't know if you remember the story, remember the Dominican Republic, where you'll get people that they'll go, think you're going on vacation, and you come back in a body bag. And that's because a lot of them, I remember when I mentioned with the improve the race, when you get up, and this is also too, taking the, you'll take the patterns of your oppressors, or the demons who started it. So basically, you want to improve the race, you get rid of what you're trying to wipe out. So that means if you want to get rid of the darkies, you get rid of them. You don't salvage them, you kill them. So pretty much anything that dark that went through there, whether you were from there or not, you came up short, because like that's their way of improving the race, is getting rid of anything dark. Yeah, so like I say, I see that here, I see it there, and now you hear about it. That's why why I'm big on the whole, okay, if you want to go playing with fire over there, you got to stay over there, because there's no sense in me having to clean up your mess or sweep your body up when, well, that's suicide. Like I said, I mentioned this all boils down to mental illness, but it's like, there's no sense in you have to clean up your mess when you deliberately doing this stuff on purpose. You know the dangers of it and don't care, but since you're so sick, you do it anyway, So that's why I'm big on the whole, okay, yeah, you be careful what you do, and if you don't do that, you're going to be on your own after a while. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty much if you do the whole improving of the race, that's mental illness. Just doing things because you were told, that's mental illness. Like, again, like I say, if your eyes are watery right now, And it's only because you just don't know the lady. That's why that's mental illness. You can say, well, I love her. I grew up listening to her every day in school. I don't care. You don't know the lady, and B, it just don't look right. Anyone shedding tears over a demon, that's mental illness. And that goes back to that whole worshiping thing too. You worshiping idols and cross it. You just think about it. If you just sit back and just think about it. And mind you, I was just as brainwashed and just as sick too, but I'm no longer sick, so that's why I'm able to see it. But the whole, with the symbols and, with the crosses and whatever it is that people worship. But if you think about it, you literally walking around with this object, and that's where your strength, and that's where your eyes light up, it's just, that's mental illness. And it's kind of like, there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself too. You can talk to yourself. I guess say that you can talk to yourself as long as you don't reply, but there's nothing wrong with that. But if I'm just sitting there idolizing my mind and all in public doing this and worshiping my brain, then I would be deemed insane. So take your own medicine. But anyway, just to say that in one breath. Like I said, there's more signs, but right now it's just the obvious ones. Or if you did, more than likely mentally ill. I can't even explain it. Don't really need to explain it. It's an illness is an illness. But you can get well though. Hope you get well. Hope all are safe.